treat for me. All the world seems in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide, but they still go for peanuts when coated with a cyanide. The sun's shining bright, everything seems all right when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We've gained notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games. They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant names. But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So if Sunday you're free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the park? And maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two while we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amid laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to a pigeon. It just takes a smidgen to poison a pigeon in the park. positive note, so here is a rousing, uplifting song which is guaranteed to cheer you up. When you attend a funeral, it is sad to think that sooner or later those you love will do the same for you. And you may have thought it tragic, not to mention other adjectives, to think of all the weeping they will do. But don't you worry, no more ashes, no more sackcloth, and an armband made of black cloth will someday nevermore adorn a sleeve. For if the bomb that drops on you gets your friends and neighbors too, there'll be nobody left behind to grieve, and we will all go together when we go. What a comforting fact that is to know. Universal bereavement, an inspiring achievement. Yes, we all will go together when we go. We will all go together when we go, all suffused with an incandescent glow. No one will have the endurance to collect on his insurance. Lloyds of London will be loaded when they go. We will all fry together when we fry. We'll be French fried potatoes by and by. There will be no more misery when the world is our rotisserie. Yes, we all will fry together when we fry. We will all bake together when we bake. There'll be nobody present at the wake. With complete participation in that grand incineration, nearly 3 billion hunks of well-done steak. We will all char together when we char, and let there be no moaning of the bar. Just sing out a Te Deum when you see that ICBM, and the party will be come as you are. We will all burn together when we burn. There'll be no need to stand and wait your turn. When it's time for the fallout and St. Peter calls us all out, we'll just drop our agendas and adjourn. We will all go together when we go, every Hottentot and every Eskimo. When the air becomes Uranus, we will all go simultaneous. Yes, we all will go together when we all go together. Yes, we all will go together.
Yay. Back. Let's see. Cool. There I am. Just getting things started. Okay. Okay. I will flip this back over to we'll flip the kill switch back over any second now, if I have to, but we're good for right now, I guess. Okay, let's see. Test. Haven't been back here. I haven't done the full thing in a hot minute, so forgive me. Okay, it works. Well, it sort of works. We gotta shirt. Hey, 1 second. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Hag? Good to see you. I'm just getting everything set up. Give me a hot second. Oh, that's very weird. Okay. I don't know. Give me a hot. How are things doing? We are going to do some art here in a minute. Just getting some things set up. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Should all work out. Okay. Yeah, in my Discord occasionally. I'll be frank with you. I'm not like the greatest artist in the world, but I try. One second. Let me. Oh, come on. Oh. My technology is betraying me today. I have to admit that. My technology is being very whiny today, and I am very frustrated. Here we go. There we go. You want to see, you have to scroll through the art, but it's there somewhere. I take it you're an artist? What type of art do you do? Do you have anything you want to show me? Together when we go, we will all go together when we go. No, not at all. No worries. Yeah, it took me more than a second to get set up. No, you got a life to live, man. Don't worry about it. Got one last thing to do. Then pop out. And haha. If you ever want to post your art or link your art, feel free to on there. Best to go with this one. We will all go together. Oh yeah. Okay. Let me show you. Let me show you some. Yeah. Let me show you something. I'll send you something in 1 second. Um, Let me show you a good example of my art. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Okay. I just posted something. If you want to see an example of some art I drew once. Yeah, I was proud of that one. And I've been trying to draw that one, emulate it ever since. I can already tell this is going to be the start of a bad habit for me again. Oh well. I have a tendency to get frustrated, abandon a drawing, and then get frustrated again and abandon a drawing. I know I need to stop doing that, but it's sometimes hard to not. Sorry, I haven't streamed in a minute, and I'm just having to reset all my stuff here, so forgive me for a second. There we go. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Oh, I imagine the half-formed entities that I've birthed into existence. The people without eyes, and the people who have no eyes and mouths but must scream will someday come calling for me. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. I'm not going to stop drawing this. You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm going to set an alarm. I have to keep working on this one drawing for, let's say, 30 minutes, okay? I can only stop working on it after 30 minutes. Even if I think I mess up, I'll just keep going. So, Haji, tell me, what type of stuff do you draw? I'm curious. Tell me about your manga. I'm curious about your manga. Oh, that's fun. You enjoy doing the caricature. How do you pronounce it? Caricatures. I'm not used to having that little black box right there. I keep thinking I've accidentally opened a window when I haven't. It's perturbing me greatly. Go together, we will all go together, we will all go together when... I was playing some Tom Lear music today. Do you know who Tom Lear is? We recently lost him, so that's why he's been on my mind. Oh, well, I wouldn't expect you to have foremost knowledge of him. I mean, we currently lost. We lost him recently. Let me play you a song from The Great Professor. Fortunately, he has released all of them to the public domain, so we can play them without worry or fear of copyright reprisals. This is one of his more famous songs, I would argue. One of his more romantic songs. Oh. Let's see if it's actually playing. I'm not sure. Nope, it's not. Okay, sorry. God, give me strength. I will look at it. Sure. In half a millisecond. Spring is here. Let's see. Oh, I like that. Willem Dafoe and Mo. That's very cool. I like that. You have a very cool style. Testing. Testing. Interesting. Yeah. Do you notice anything different between these two? 1 second. Does this sound noticeably different from this? Does this sound better? Is the second one better? I'm unsure of what. Okay.
Oh, say you.
There it is. Okay. I dislike YouTube's new layout, I must admit. Okay, so this is Tom Lear. Fortunately, the great professor. Fortunately, the great professor has graciously released his recordings in the public domain, so we can play them without worry.
Spring is here, suffering is here. Life is skittles and life is beer. I think the loveliest time of the year is the spring. I do, don't you? Of course you do. But there's one thing that makes spring complete for me, and makes every Sunday a treat for me. All the world's in tune on a spring afternoon when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. Every Sunday you'll see my sweetheart and me as we poison the pigeons in the park. When they see us coming, the birdies all try and hide. but they still go for peanuts when coated with a cyanide. The sun's shining bright, everything seems alright when we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We've gained notoriety and caused much anxiety in the Audubon Society with our games. They call it impiety and lack of propriety and quite a variety of unpleasant names. But it's not against any religion to want to dispose of a pigeon. So if Sunday you're free, why don't you come with me and we'll poison the pigeons in the park? And maybe we'll do in a squirrel or two while we're poisoning pigeons in the park. We'll murder them all amid laughter and merriment, except for the few we take home to experiment. My pulse will be quickening with each drop of strychnine we feed to a pigeon. It just takes a smidgen to poison a pigeon in the park.
There we go. That's Tom Lear. A very dark, he had a very dark sense of humor. It's fun when things go wrong, and thus what had been a very natural introduction gets screwed up, and I have to fiddle with everything for like 20 minutes. I like that. It's a fun feeling, and I enjoy doing it. Poisoning pigeons in the park. Oh, I always have such trouble with this angle on people's faces. Poisoning pigeons in the park. Anyways, yeah. Well, I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is, but he's a very early influence on like comedy musicians. Weird Al cites him as very much a hero. He was a big deal like in the 50s and the 60s. Then he retired. He got really burnt. He said he got very burnt out with touring. So he retired, and to become a Harvard math professor of all things. Well, he was already a Harvard math professor. So I'll look at that later. I hate this drawing. Do you ever feel guilty for not giving people you draw mouths? I always feel guilty about that for some reason. Like, I picture them attacking me in my sleep with zero mouths, like with no mouths and eyes, and it makes me very uncomfortable. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. I hate it. It's bad. Yep. Sorry. Yep. I swear I can actually draw. I swear I can. I've done it before in the past. Like, I drew this a little bit ago. I was quite happy with how this turned out. Poison. Anyways. So what have we seen lately? What have we seen? I guess the new people like the new Fantastic Four movie. I want to see it. I just haven't got around to it yet. Poison pigeons. Um. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of practice with streaming. They're yeah. Sorry, this is turning into a lot of me like just messing with stuff. Oh, well. Sorry.
It's very easy to do this.
Just shaved. Okay, this I'm boring myself, but so. Having my beard. It was scratchy and I needed to shave it, but I do miss it. Bat? Nemesis? Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the raid. Holy heck. Thank you for the follow, Nemesis Games 92. I was in the zone. How are things going, Bat? How are things going? Hope everything's treating you well. Howdy, howdy indeed. Fan-diddly-tastic. Fan-diddly-tastic to you as... Fan-diddly-tastic to you as well. What were you guys up to? Oh, very lovely, very lovely. Did you die? Are you a ghost? Am I talking to a ghost right now? Bat, you have to... It's like if you're a police officer, you have to tell me if you're a ghost. Very good, very good. Ah, I knew it. Fantastic. Well, raiding Bat is always a good time. It is. It's super. And I'm just good at, like, picking up on ghosts. I've never played 7 Days to Die. But I can guess from the premise, you have 9 to 10 days to survive? Am I picking up on the premise of this game correctly? 25 to 36 days to mildly enjoy yourself? I think I'm getting the premise. Oh, that sounds fun. I was curious to see what zombies have been up to these days. Where's a horde of werewolves? We always have zombie apocalypse. We never have, like, werewolf apocalypse. Or vampire apocalypse. Yeah. Wait a minute. Bat, you're not some sort of time professor, are you? A ghost time professor. Yeah. A TARDIS! I knew it! Hello, Annihilation! Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that immensely. So, Nemesis, Bat, Annihilation. Oh, thank you. Are Are you guys looking forward to anything in the coming days? Any movies, any TV shows? Any video games? Pretty good year for blockbusters, I think. Ooh. What did you get? Legal things, I assume. Well, legal there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I read. I'm actually kind of interested in that. I recently read a whole book on the history of the Sicilian Mafia. I was kind of. So I'm kind of curious if they did that right. Oh, for your. Oh, right, your hobby of water vaporing. That's what you're talking about, right? Your hobby of using water vapor? Yeah. I've been reading a lot of history. I've been reading a lot lately. Ah, yes. 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 Well, it's a shame that water vaporing in the US is illegal in several states, as opposed to in New Zealand and Australia. Oh, lovely. Is it? Is it? Yeah. Wow. That's shocking. I thought it was legal most everywhere these days. It's even legal in parts of here. What are you guys doing? Not in the state I live in, obviously, but has America fallen behind on the? What happened to this country? That is very funny. Of course, for YouTube and Twitch TOS requirements, we are currently talking about water vapor and wheat. If YouTube and Twitch are listening, specifically YouTube, we're talking about legal water vaporing. I dual stream this on YouTube. Yes. Oh, that's garbage. That's absolute garbage. I hate that. The worst thing a water vapor store should be doing is annoying tech companies should open too many of them. That is my one like complaint now with it being legal is like so many play the second it's legal, it's like they open like 20 like every block will have like 20 of them all over the place and it's like ugh. It's like gross. I don't want that. Well, if they're gonna ban that, make marijuana legal then. Jesus. At least pick the non. Okay, it's nice to know that I'm not in the only stupid country in the world. You know, sometimes I get like bummed out like with America because I'm like, you know, there's smart people who live here, but there's smart people who live here, and I'm like, you know, it bums me out that like, you know, people only see the dumb dumbs, but well, that's important, Bat. Bat. That's an essential human right, and if you're gonna try and take that away from people, I will fight you on that. If you are riding on your horse and you get off on the left side, it is legal to pee in public. That should be enshrined in every constitution in the world. That should be enshrined in every constitution in the world, and it's a human right if it's not a human. Yeah. They always do. I know. You know, Mr. Bob Dylan once said, I believe it was Bob Dylan, uh, you know, here in Texas, where I'm from, here in the great state of Texas, it is, in fact, perfectly legal on Sundays to exercise your horse by running them up and down um, the courthouse steps. Really. I once heard in New York, it's illegal to do puppet shows from your window. I don't know, but that's one of those like funny, dumb laws I've heard. Let's see. I don't know if that's still a thing. That's a thing I heard when I was a kid that it was legal to do that. Dumb laws. They're I can Okay. Can't repeat that one out on stream. I might get in trouble for that. But I found a very funny one in Maryland. It's illegal to give a moose any alcoholic beverages in the city of Fairbanks, Alaska. It is illegal to eat raw onions while walking down the street in Northfield, Connecticut. In Marin County, Oregon, it's illegal for preachers to eat onions and garlics before giving a sermon. You know, I say keep that. Keep that. If you're giving a public speech, you're not allowed to eat onion or garlic. I think that's a fair law. In Atlanta, it's illegal to tie a giraffe to a telephone or street lamp. Okay. Oh, this is a crime. Okay, guys. I think we all should head down to Las Vegas, Nevada and protest this because I think it's a fundamental human right that's being violated here. In Las Vegas, Nevada, you're forbidden from riding camel on the highway. What happened to America? What happened to this great nation of ours? What happened to the concept of freedom? That we can't ride a camel down the highway in Las Vegas, Nevada. Do the stars and stripes mean nothing anymore? Well, you never know what people could do with that, you know. They could make, like, so many french fries with that, it'd be ridiculous. But I think I'm going to start like a political action committee to try and get camel riding legalized on every American highway. I think that's a thing I can get out there and make legal. Oh God, wasn't that like a? I remember there was a movie called The Greasy Strangler. Are we thinking of the same thing? I don't know if I ever saw it, but I remember seeing the trailer and I was very disturbed by that as a child when I saw the trailer for that movie. Americans for riding camels. Yeah, it's I think the guy created a TV show. Let's see. I think he was associated with Tim and Eric, if I'm not. Okay. If I'm not mistaken. The Greasy Strangler. Okay. I don't see him working for Tim and Eric, but he did have a pilot that aired on Adult Swim, so probably connection. Because that felt like a very Tim and Eric's type of thing to be into. Tim and Eric always used to give me nightmares. Because I always used to watch Adult Swim, and I was always very scared of Tim and Eric. Is this a reference that travels across? You know, it occurs to me that in the U.S. we say across the pond, we mean from U.S. to England, but what do we do with Oceania? I don't really say across the pond. This is a phrase. This is a thing that needs a phrase. Oh, I'm proud to be So, what's the plan for the rest of the day? Oh. You know what I've been doing lately? Here's what I've been doing lately. I did something. I also did something very adult and very cool, I think, at least. I went and joined a little institution here in the U.S. called the Public Library. I went and got my library card, which I haven't had one since I was like 5 years old. The reason for it is, one, it's a nice place to hang out. Because I was going to coffee shops to work, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just go to the library? It's free. It's free, so I joined it. And it is very nice. It is. And two, here in the U.S. at least, if you join a public library, you get access to an app called Libby. And Libby is kind of a mix between Kindle, Audible, and like even Netflix, because they have like movies and TV shows on there you can watch. But it's totally free. All you need is a library card. All you need to do is get a library card, and you can use it totally for free. So I have been reading a ton of books. Listening to a ton of books over on Libby for free. So that has been fun. Right? It's great. And I know they also have like free comics and free movies and shows. Yeah, all you got to do is sign up. If your library has it, they'll have it on Libby. Yes. Well, Bat. Don't tell anybody I told you this, but a lot of audiobooks are actually posted on YouTube for free. But yeah. I've been... You know what book I listened to? this week? I listened to Bad Blood, which is... Yeah. I listened to Bad Blood, which is yeah. Welcome back, Annihilation! Welcome back! Which is a thorough investigation into the Elizabeth Holmes Theranos scandal. If you remember that. The journalist who first exposed her then wrote a whole book about it. Oh, that is a good question. I think when I was like 26. I think, yeah. I started relatively late in life. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. About who's Jones? About Alexander Jones. Yes. I don't listen to that all the time, but I do listen to that every once in a while. I got a funny one for you. You should look up. Yes, they're very good. They're very smart. There's one of my favorite podcasts is called Hollywood Handbook. Look that up sometime. Oh, that's very cool. Tell me about these animations you do. You know, I'm just gonna say it that I think Jones is a little bit unhinged. I'm just getting a sense he's a little bit unhinged. So tell me about these animations you do. That's awesome. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the Elizabeth Holmes scandal, I kind of went on a deep dive about her, so I know a lot of information and don't really have a place to share it lately. Elizabeth Holmes in the early 2000s, I think, let's say early 2000s, was a Silicon Valley started a company called Yes. Started a company called Theranos. And Theranos promised a big, bold thing. That they could do a litany of blood tests with a single drop of blood. Using their invention, the Edison. I don't. I don't know. It came out before my time, and I never. It came out after my time, and I just never. By the time I had heard about it, it was the biggest thing in the world. Anyway, so they claim they invented this device, and it was a huge deal. They got these major people on the board. They got retired U.S. Army General Mattis was on the board. They got the former Secretary of State George Shultz, former and Henry Kissinger were all on the board at one point. And Holmes herself was being talked up as the next Bill Gates or the next Steve Jobs. And part of the story that was so captivating to people was she started this company when she was 19. And she was they were she was this young wonderkin who totally was revolutionizing the way they do blood tests. Turns out the machines didn't work. The machines didn't work, and we're actively giving bad test results. Yeah. It was her. Her company at one point was valued at $9 billion. And she was, for a brief time, one of the richest people in the world. And then it all fell apart after the revelation that none of it actually worked. Anyways, so I read a whole book about it, about what happened and stuff. I also watched a mini-series they made about it called The Dropout. It was very good. The show is very good. If you get a chance to see The Dropout, you should. It's a very Saifi plays the main character. The main actress is very good in that. And there's all these weird things What would you... Tell me. Oh, man. Okay, that's kind of cool. I don't know what the use of that would be. So, Annihilation. What type... tell me, what do you play on Roblox? Because I'm aware of what it is, I just don't play it. Okay. Should I play it? That is kind of cool. I don't know, maybe... No, but I'm still waiting for that Edison... I'm still waiting for... Oh no, but I'm still invested in Theranos Bat. I know she lied the first time, but I'm thinking it's gonna work if we give her another couple of $1 billion. But if you can, you should seek out the mini-series they made about her. There's some historical inaccuracies like every show, but it's really good. It's really good. It really dives in deep to the kind of the mindset of people and why this all happened. Anyways, I liked the miniseries so much that I ended up reading a whole book about the situation. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of other factors to play into it, but Anyway, she's currently serving 10 years in prison. Probably less than people who just sold like a couple of grams of drugs, but whatever. It's important because her machines nearly killed hundreds of people if they hadn't been stopped. I mean, the fact that she got that is, let's be honest. Well, she didn't technically kill anybody bad. Like, nobody died because of her actions. Just hundreds upon hundreds of people potentially would have died because of her actions. See, if you don't know about blood tests, and just a very brief discussion of blood tests are very important for doctors. A blood test determines how well you are responding to medicine, what diseases you could potentially have. It is one of the most vitally important medical tools, and if blood tests are inaccurate, this can cause a lot of problems. Like, one of the guys, they interviewed one of the people who use the machines, and it misdiagnosed his heart condition. Yeah, exactly. Christ. It misdiagnosed his heart condition, and he had a totally preventable heart attack because of that. Oh, but there's so much to it, man. It's a really fascinating story. I highly encourage you to watch the miniseries that they made about her. It's really fascinating. Like the fact that she was having an affair. So one of these weird things is her COO, Chief Operating Officer, was a guy named Sunny Balwani, who was a very minor figure in like Silicon Valley history and made decent money with the sale of a company, but beyond that had done really nothing. And the story, everybody hates him. Everybody hates him, and they're like, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Why do we have him here? Why do we have him here? Like, why is he here even? And the revelation, and the revelation was, oh yeah, Elizabeth was having an affair with him. Like, since she was 18, she was having an affair with this guy. This is Elizabeth, by the way, if you're curious. Anyway, she's in prison now. And then one of the funnier stories is she ended up marrying this hotel heir kid. Like, his family owned numerous hotels throughout California. And he, with a very weird coincidence, has announced, since she's been gone to prison, with a very weird coincidence, he announced while she's in prison that he's founded a new tech startup company. And you know what they're doing, right? Testing blood. Anyways. Yeah, it's a great. So it's like, these Silicon Valley people, like, they just kind of keep like trying to get funding over and over again. Like, it's kind of why, like, they probably should be in prison for a while, because it's like, yeah, she's just gonna do it again. Like, she's just gonna keep doing it until she was just gonna keep She's obviously just going to keep doing it over and over again until either she becomes a billionaire or goes to prison for much longer. Because it's no doubt in my mind that she's the one who's secretly running this kid's company. And one person did die, but that wasn't because of the machines. That was just because of her innate cruelty. But anyway, so the story is so weird because like one of the things that happens is part of like what brings her down is her childhood neighbor gets mad at her. Like, anyway, so she was as a kid she was neighbors with Richard Fuse, who was a medical doctor who opened up a medical technology company. Well, it's honestly he was a bit of a from the sound of it he was kind of a bit of a patent troll, but you know, what have you. And he kind of plays a big thing in her fault, and the reason she like Theranos kind of collapses, because what he does, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. You have no idea how weird this whole story is. So anyways, you should watch the miniseries. Watch the miniseries because one, it's really good, and two, then I'll have somebody to talk about it. Because I could go on for like hours about this whole thing, because I did end up reading and watching a lot about Elizabeth Holmes as a person. Well, I haven't had to use my kill switch yet, so that is good. This is turning out okay. I think this is drawing. I was all anxious today because I wanted to draw just one good thing, and I was like, I'm not drawing anything good, but I think this is turning out okay. I'm proud of it. Anyways. I'll leave it on. You go for a bit more. shaved my beard today. It was getting gross. I needed it gone. But I always miss it when it's gone. I always think I look better with it on, with the beard than without, and I miss it immensely. Yeah. No, it gets the problem. Well, it gets so muggy here, you know. It's part of the problem. It just gets so muggy here. Yeah. Really? Oh, you can't have one in the asbestos removal business? You know what? I'm going to start my own asbestos removal business, and I'll say they can have as many beards as they want. I'll advertise myself as the bearded asbestos removers. I mean, that's actually probably a good law. I imagine that's actually. I just don't think I really have much of a chin without one. That makes me anxious. Oh wow. Yes, exactly. I don't know. It just. What happens is, for me, I have really bad allergies, so like allergy particles, like dust and dandruff gets into my beard, and I'm like, and I just sneeze nonstop. So at a certain point, it's just like, ugh. At a certain point, I'm just like, can't take it anymore. I am done. Sorry. No, they do not. I want to keep talking, but I don't think I got the energy to. Unfortunately. Let's pass the raid on. Okay. This person looks nice. It's really good seeing you, Bat. I'm not gonna. I still don't have like a consistent stream schedule, but I'll probably be on more. Okay. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.
Yeah, so do you have any
Streaming apps and Steam at first I was using